What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We are in episode 52 this week. D.
Yeah, it is.
Is it obvious? Or who we going with this week?
I mean, yeah, it's completely obvious. Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron, his first stint, Mo Williams. Number 50, no, that's not where we're going.
It won't.
Green Bay Packers, Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews.
I ain't want to go there either, brother. I think
know where we going. Big Child Ray Lewis, man.
Totally right. I made that up when I looked over here at the screen and saw 52 as I was doing the intro. I'm like, oh, I know who this is.
Hey, 52, number 52. When you hit 52, when you think about sports, you gonna go Ray Lewis, man.
It's synonymous with him, man.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer. Of course, I had to do the little research to find out who else wore 52. But when it came down to it, I already knew he was going Ray Lewis.
Going Ray. Hey, it's the Ray Lewis. It's the Ray Lewis episode. So now that we actually didn't have no debate over that, I mean, we can move forward with actually jumping into the stars of the show quicker than normal this week.
Yeah. Let's get straight to it, man. I'm actually excited about this. Nervous and excited. I got a solidified one.
I'll let you go.
I figured, thinking about the play of the day right now. I'm kind of a little bit in my work uniform right now. I got to work, get back to it. So I don't want something that I'm going to linger with too much. But something I can put my palate on and give some critique to real quick. And I'm going with the My Father's Connecticut, man. The CT edition, the Connecticut edition. You see that light wrapper?
Ooh, you got a yellow bone. We in trouble.
Red bone.
Ooh, we in trouble. All right, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready to see what comes out of that for you. For me,
so
I got a coin toss.
Okay, what we got?
Coin toss, and I think I'm gonna go with the opposite of what I want to do, just so we can be, we can have Vernon Cigars on the cutting edge of what's new. But I went in and I grabbed this Camacho right here.
Okay.
I got a Camacho Corojo Robusto. And I thought this was going to be my main stick, but as I was looking around, I'm like, let me just see if there's something else I can do, that catches my eye that might overtake this. And as I'm in there, you get your workers that come in and they offer assistance. And he comes up to me, he's like, hey, look, I saw that Camacho in your hand. I don't know if you was looking for something, like more mild to medium body. He was like, but if you are, we just got this in the stash. I happen to be standing next to exactly the area that he took me. He said, we all of us out here, all the workers, we out here smoking it right now. He was like, he's like, we just got it in today. He was like, get this. He was like, if you cool with it, get this. And remember my name. My name is, I forgot it already. He was like, come see me afterwards and let me know if you do get it, what you thought of it. He said, I know I'm hyping it up. He was giving me all the info hyping.
And he was willing to put his name on it, though. He was willing to put his name on it.
He put his name on it. And then he was like, man, we all loving it out here. That is a punch. I'm sorry, I should have
taken we got another punch.
The Punch Golden Era.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the Punch, even though I was supposed to have the Camacho. And I'm gonna go with it because he said this is just released. I go online to get the specs on what I'm dealing with as far as the wrapper and the fillers and what it is through and through. And I find out there's really not much information out there. Cigar Aficionado put out May 1st an article saying that, this was being released here to stores in the future, and check in with us later for a review. We'll get back to you on the review. So the reviews aren't out there. They just got
so we might be breaking one in. We might be breaking one in.
That's why I figure, let me go ahead and get our review out there early before, all the other reviews come. So I figured we're going to go with this today. I'll tell you what I was able to find out about it. It is Honduran, pretty much through and through, but they have a twist on it. It's got the Corojo seeds. And from what I'm seeing is apparently that was very popular once upon a time amongst early Cuban cigars. And everybody kind of wants that feel to it. So they grew some of the Corojo seeds in actual Honduras, and they've got to the point where they mastered it. So this is an ode to the throwback Cuban cigars from back in the day.
Okay. And well, the thing that made Cuban cigars a standout,
yes,
kind of coveted more so because of the way they manufacture them. So, hey, look, it's a punch. And brand new. And they wrapped it in those same wrappers that they used to use on the Cuban cigars with the Corojo wrapper, Honduran tobacco through and through for the most part from what I'm seeing. But the information is kind of not online yet. You know what I'm saying? So y'all getting it here first this week. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing about this, man. This is big for us. Burning Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We are breaking a cigar today. I like it.
We're breaking it. And since I got the punch, let me see. I took that cellophane off. Maybe I can get a little more of a F it every week.
Too much glare.
Too much. So I'm gonna punch the punch. I had my straight cut, but I was like, let's just punch the punch. I got 3 matches. We're going to see
3 matches
for the whole show. So if you see me take a break and step away and get up, that means
you got to go get your lighter.
I got to go get some.
Got to go get the bit. Got to go get the bit.
I actually got a lighter here, but I don't think I filled it.
Oh, no butane?
Oh, just a little bit. Let me stop. Let me stop in case I need that. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be none in it at all, but it's barely got a flame.
All right, I'm actually doing the smell with my cigar today. Only because we got this wrapper that I'm not used to. It's been a while since I smoked one of these. And I want to take it in all the way, Go ahead and get those aromas on my nasal palate earlier.
I haven't smoked I haven't smelled it in a few weeks. It takes me somewhere. It takes me somewhere in a past life where out on the tobacco fields, that's back when I was a Cuban man in my last life doing these cigars. Is that racist to say? Can I say that? Is that all right?
I mean, Cubans.
I apologize.
They manufacture cigars.
I mean, I said it with all due respect.
I mean, that's the fact that you said that kind of takes me into that whole idea of being careful of what you say and the fact that we have to be so careful in everything that we say. It's like we got to think about everything that could be offensive. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that we have said and done that is legitimately offensive. Historically.
Yeah.
But it seems like as we progress, more and more things, I guess people are looking for that factor of feeling offended by something. It's always that underlying thing. And it's like, man, can you say anything anymore? Is it the fact that, tobacco is grown now in Cuba, Honduras, Nicaragua? Like it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Tobacco's grown here in America. It was a historical thing that split our country.
Yeah.
So for you to say it, and you're talking about a cigar that's owed to Cuba.
Yeah.
And you're talking about tobacco in the field in Cuba. Nothing wrong with that. Did it happen? Is it a real thing? Yeah, you're just alluding to it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're talking about something that's fact and you're not talking about it in a derogatory manner, what's wrong with talking about it? What's wrong with pointing something to that or likening something to it? There's nothing wrong with it.
That's what I say. But but my palate for offensiveness, I'm not easily offended. Even if I know you were trying to offend me, I'm not always offended. So, my palate for offense is different. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's different. I agree with you on that.
my cloth ain't of today's ilk. You know, everybody is hey, you said I got on a white t-shirt. I'm offended. Don't use a word to describe me that accurately describes what I'm doing. You know, but
hey, look, the fact that you said t-shirt, right? For some reason, it brought me back to the idea of a wife beater.
mm-hmm.
We grew up knowing a certain type of shirt as a wife beater.
Yeah,
and it was well known. We all accepted it.
Yeah,
I'm a kid. I'm putting on my wife beater.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I said it with pride. Hey, ask my brother. Hey, have you seen my wife beater?
Yeah,
I'm not thinking offensively.
Yeah,
but that's offensive, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's just coach. But it was just no harm, no foul, no nothing. I wasn't growing up to be a wife beater.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So it was a wife beater.
Yeah, I sense of humor was different. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the word a little more sick, but
in some instances, yeah, I would say so, man.
That was a joke, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? That stems from a joke that dudes in these A tanks be beating their wife when they come out with nothing but that on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
But
then even to this point that we even shortened it and we took the wife off of them, we just called them beaters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably gonna beat it to the gym. You know, you just put on your beater. You stop calling them wife beater, and we just started calling them beaters. Do they still call them beaters to this day?
I don't know, man. I don't say it. I don't say.
Or
it
they call them A shirts.
I call them. Hey, get your A tank to my son. You know, we started out calling it a wife beater. Yeah, and then he started saying it, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't teach him that. And I was like, you know what? Let me clean it up. Hey, son, don't call it that no more. Just call it an A tank.
You fall a victim to this day and age. I mean, and honestly, I do the same thing. Yeah. I am cognizant of some of the things I say and do around my kids. And thinking about, well, I grew up like that, and I've seen that, and I was privy to this. And we talked about this in one of the past episodes, like how we become insensitive in some aspects and ultra sensitive in other aspects. Yeah. So our sensitivity level is still high, but it's just shifted. Yeah. Like we become insensitive to certain things, and then we become ultra sensitive in other things. It's just kind of like the flip flop reverse, how it used to be.
Well, you know, for me, it's if you knew better, you do better. You know, when people say that. So as I know better, I will correct it. In some things, I still don't know any better. I still see it through the same lens, you know. So it's like that. For me, I can understand as a husband having a wife and my two young men growing up in my house, and I'm teaching them, you know, how to be a man and what it is to mean to be a man, you know, which even that is offensive to people for me to say that, but it is what it is. I'm going to teach my two young boys how to be men, how I deem it to be correct. But as I see that, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't teach them, you know, to call something a wife beater.
This term.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just because.
And you know what's crazy?
They have a mother who is my wife. You know what I'm saying? Let me just not even plant that seed. So I just
in their head, yeah. And then, you know what's crazy? The fact that you said what you said and took that stance to do that, and say, hey, I'm going to teach my kids how to be a man from the way I know it. That's even offensive. Mm-hmm. I think we mentioned that before. That's even offensive to push a gender role or a gender idea on teaching your child masculinity or femininity. Yeah. That's even offensive.
Yeah, it is offensive. But at the same time, it's offensive to me for someone to tell me that I should withdraw or give up my masculinity if I still believe in it. Just because others don't believe in it no more don't mean that I should have to withdraw and no longer believe in it. Like we all still have to be independent thinkers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't allow my masculinity to become hatred towards someone else, whatever their thing is. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're truly powerful, when you don't allow your power to
uplift one. Yeah, to uplift one doesn't mean that doesn't mean to limit someone else. Oppress the other. Yeah, it has not. But the thing is, for some reason, when it comes to masculinity, it seems like people use that or think that just because you're trying to heighten masculinity, that is oppressing anything like any other idea, movement, or way of life. Just because you're trying to promote your masculinity, it seems like for some reason, like that's been an attack that we have to attack masculinity to uplift something else. And if masculinity is prominent, then you're demeaning everything else. That does seem like it's been a
that's what it
thing
is.
as of recent.
And people are this is where I think it is. I can give just a basic connection to it. I think it's a psychology issue with people. I had a coworker in the past, and we were doing some type of competition, and I cheered somebody else on in the process. And another lady looked at me and was like, took it as I was attacking her. And I told her, I said, just because I'm supporting them don't mean I'm going against you per se. Like you just interpret it as that. That's not my support for one thing is not my lack of support for something else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't have to be in opposition.
I'm not in opposition of you. Just because I'm bigging this up don't mean I'm tearing you down in the process. Like, but that's people's mindsets. They feel like either you're with me or you against
one
me.
or against. Yeah,
I'm not against you just because I'm for something else. Like, you do your thing. I ain't got nothing to do with what you got going on over there. Like, what you
I might not.
Crap, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I might not help you with this, but I'm not going to hinder you from doing what you need to do either.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put my energy and effort and resources into where I feel like I want to put my energy and resources in. Just because I want to put my energy and resources here, I don't have unlimited resources and unlimited energy and unlimited. Not saying you can't have unlimited support, but my support is limited, right? Because there's only but so much time and so much resources. So if I'm looking back and saying, okay, I have some kind of regard for my resources, my time, and my effort, I have to manage it.
Yeah.
And if 85% goes over here, 10 and 5 go over here, and I have nothing left for this over here, I'm not against it. I just don't have any. I'm out of resources.
Yeah.
I have to get those resources from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't mean I'm against you because I don't have any resources for that.
Yeah.
I see my resources being beneficial over here.
Right.
There's nothing
if I
wrong
don't
with
go
that.
out and march with you, it don't mean that I'm like, hey, I want you to lose. I just didn't make it out to the march. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time. I had to be over here. I had to go do something else.
But shout out to that lady because she looked at me, leaned her head to the side for a second, thought about it. Yeah, you're right. And she left it alone after that.
Is she?
Yeah, shout out that. I wish more of people in society was that way.
Yeah.
Just because you don't mean everybody's not against everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just all care about what we care about. We all fighting for what we fighting for.
Yeah, and we're all gonna be passionate about our own thing, but
it don't mean that I'm outwardly opposing you. You know what I'm saying? It's
or inwardly opposing.
Yeah, or
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not sitting around being hateful internally. No, not that either. No, I don't know. Hey, but shifting gears, man. We'll hold off. We'll do just a halfway review. I know we normally do like an initial review, but we pretty close.
Okay, well, I do.
Mark.
You know what? But I do want to give my first thoughts on this cigar, on this Connecticut.
Okay.
I didn't give any run through. My wrapper is Ecuador, Connecticut, of course, and the origin is Nicaraguan, and it looks like binder Corojo, and Nicaraguan filler Nicaraguan as well. So Nicaraguan through and through, just the Ecuador, Connecticut wrapper here that you see, the light wrapper. Not the biggest fan on first few puffs, man. I'm not. I'm not. I don't know if it's what we've been talking about. And this is my father's. We know that this is my favorite brand.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the first few puffs, man. But I'm gonna stick through it.
I wonder is this mental? I wonder because we went into this. We went into this having a point of view that Connecticut might not be what we care for too much.
I don't know, man. It's just something about this wrapper. It just doesn't feel. It just doesn't give me that warm and fuzzy feeling, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm smoking something.
I'm gonna give my first thoughts on this punched in, and I'm gonna keep it very basic. I'm gonna say this gives me a Connecticut vibe, but it's what I wish a Connecticut was. We'll leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Okay. That leaves me with something to think about. Someone hit
That's
us further
very
review.
mysterious how I put that. Yeah. Hey man, I got a text right before we went on, started recording here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read this because this is amazing to me that people still do this stuff. I get a hello. I am Andrew Bosworth, the Chief Operating Officer of Facebook. I was assigned to contact you by the owner of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. An online draw was conducted by randomly selecting of emails and numbers, and you were luckily picked by an advanced automated bot search from Facebook. So in order to claim your $300,000, text yes to Miss Sarah Aguilar, the agent in charge of your winnings on this number provided. I won't even bother to give the number out so nobody makes the mistake of, getting got.
Yeah.
But, and then they got me in a text group, and it's like 4 of us in here. And it's like, why would you? This stuff still works. Like, you know what I'm saying? People still doing this stuff. Like,
I mean, things like that. Of course, in the 80s, 90s, you might be able to get away with that, the phone call, or even when technology first kicked off and the emails, people were getting got by the emails and random phone calls from time to time. Like, oh, how does this person get my number? If it got my number, it has to be legit.
Yeah. I am a Nigerian prince and I would like to give you $1 million. That type mess, but I need you to transfer the money to my account first. And,
I was like, well, if they got my number, it must be legit, right? Getting got back then, I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. But in our society of technology now, how anybody would think that somebody would fall for that, or if somebody does fall for that, I have no earthly idea. We have so much knowledge of catfish. We have so much knowledge of scams and automated this and that that's just set up to scam us. It's been a thing since technology has progressed. I have no idea as to why.
I can see how people still get scammed, but this, you're gonna
that type of scam
me that you just randomly got my number and put me on a text thread and y'all want to give me $300,000 from Mark Zuckerberg, really? And y'all didn't make this public. Nobody knew y'all was doing this. Y'all just decided to give away $300,000. Y'all won't go get no publicity off of it.
And you've been chosen.
And I've been chosen. Yeah, publicity. Y'all just want to do some kind act that's gonna go under the radar. No cameras. Nobody's gonna.
No Ed McMahon.
No Ed McMahon. Hey, there's a thing, the Mandela effect. They say McMahon.
Effect. I knew you was going there.
Yeah, they say Ed McMahon didn't even go around with the checks.
Yeah, he did. I swear he did.
That's crazy.
I know he knocked on doors.
Man, he had to. I remember all throughout college, Demo used to play Ed McMahon. We got a friend named Demo, for those that don't know. And he would be like, Ed McMahon. He would be playing the thing. Ed McMahon gonna bring the check. He would always be saying it. He had a rap I'll never forget. I'm about to get an Egg McMuffin and a check from Ed McMahon or something like that. He said in the freestyle. Like,
yeah.
Ed McMahon came with the checks, man. Like,
and then the Mandela effect saying that never happened. But I remember it happening. And there's no way that everybody from our time can remember this happening and it never happened. It was never an actual thing.
Ain't no way.
I don't know. Ain't no way. So there's no video footage?
That's what I'm saying.
Of all them commercials? I remember the commercials, man.
I remember Ed walking around with the group. Why do we all think Ed was gonna pay us if Ed had nothing to do with the publish house, whatever the thing was called?
With publishing clearance house,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But
yeah. But back to the thing here though, man. Yeah, people can get scammed, but not this, man. Not the Nigerian that say transfer me $1 million and then I'll transfer you 1.2 back. I just need you to open my money up for me. Those scams, like, you can't still possibly be falling for those. The chain letters, like, that's crazy.
And people giving up their socials and their bank account numbers. And
if you ain't 82 years old, you shouldn't be falling for that.
Anybody 60 and under, 65 and under.
Yeah. But this
you know enough about technology to not get got.
That's what I'm thinking. But check it out. This actually will segue us into the second half of the show. Let's actually get into the halfway reviews at this point in time.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go first because I'm really anticipating yours almost more. But
you left us on the cliffhanger though, so I'm interested in yours.
I'll pick up on the cliffhanger from right here. I say this gives me Connecticut vibes because there's just something. It's something similar to the Connecticut taste that I'm picking up on in this cigar. There's I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe there's almost a creaminess that Connecticut has that, but I don't know. It's something that lacks the richness of like the normal Maduro. Like it's more like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a
let me ask you,
bitter kind of taste almost that they be having.
I think we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Is your smoke like kind of thin, not as thick? Like we talk about medium to full to medium or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, how's your smoke over there?
It's medium to full is what I would say.
Okay. So you actually do have a medium to full.
That's why I say it's everything I wish that a Connecticut was. Like it's got it puts you in the mind of it, but it's improved on everything that they should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the smoke is very full. Now it's extra creamy, which is, it hits you and it's very pleasant at first, but after a while it's kind of like, I dial the creaminess back just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, that's about my only thing I would say about it. Some nuttiness, some earthiness is what I'm kind of picking up on. Little cocoa. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Really? Okay.
So I like it.
No, I didn't even think you was going to say that you actually liked it.
No. I like it a lot. I wish this is what a Connecticut was. Because it puts me in the mind of one, but it's like everything that's wrong with a Connecticut rapper. They like, all right, make that better, make that better, make that better. So because
right now that's my gripe with this cigar is we typically, I'm speaking for you, because I think I know what you like as far as like your fullness. You like that full, that medium to full more so.
Yeah.
But this one, this I didn't even look at the matter of fact, let me pull it up to see if I can see what it actually is. But I'm getting this real thin smoke. And profile says, it says light. So maybe looking at it, that might be one of the things that I don't like about some of these Connecticut rappers is the light. Yeah, I'm reading it. It says mellow to medium bodied. But part of it says certainly not lacking flavor, and I think that's exactly what it is. It's lacking flavor. Like right now, it's just too thin, not enough richness as far as like all those things that like really stand out on your palate. I'm not asking for a cigar that always take me on a roller coaster ride and flips and trips and all those things. There's a time and place for that. I do enjoy it, but there's a time and place for it. But I'm looking for something, and I'm waiting for this cigar to give me something. And where I'm at the halfway point, looking like we get to the that second third there. It's just it's too light. It's too thin. It's like eating a one of them things, rice cake. It's like I'm smoking a rice cake version of a cigar.
Wow. Let me put my stick down because you're gonna mess me up with
just
that.
A hint of bitterness in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's just too, I don't know. It's just not giving me enough oomph. But we'll see what happens.
You might be onto something with that. That might be exactly why we don't like it. We just a little more sophisticated than what comes with that. You know what I mean? What comes with smoking those Connecticut rappers. But I don't know. We'll let it play out a little bit.
I'm not getting any bad taste on my palate. Like it's not like I'm smoking a Gurkha or something, like getting a bunch of leather of notes and flavors that I don't like, a licorice or whatever. Just not doing anything for me.
Right.
You know, it's like I might as well not even be smoking a cigar at all right now. Like I'm smoking to go through the motions. That's what it feels like.
And that's my father's.
It's my father's.
Hey, if they can't do it, can't nobody work with them tobacco leaves. Hey, so let's double back to where we just went with the whole conversation about understanding that people can get scammed. I said that would be it's gonna segue. So let's segue now.
Okay.
There is a shift in technology that will eventually allow a lot of people to get scammed if you ain't on your P's and Q's, whatever that means. What does P's and Q's mean anyway?
You know, I don't even know.
Yeah.
P's and Q's.
Just use it. I don't know what
you said it, but
yeah. Who knows? But I'll Google that after we get off the air. Figure that out.
I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah. So
but go ahead.
As I'm saying, if you're not on point, there's AI. AI is here in a way that we have had it here, but it's in a way that's really about to shift the culture and everything that we're used to in life. And it's going to affect a lot of industries, and the scamming industry is one of them. But what's up?
I looked it up briefly. After looking at a few little things, I'm like, I can't put any brain strength into this right now. I wasn't getting anything. I read like three quick little points, and all three of them led to like nothing. And I'm like, we'll get to that later.
If they
I don't want to put the brain energy right off the bat. Like what? I don't want to do.
It should be an acronym. You know what I'm saying? That's what you would think. It would just stand.
Yeah,
for
we've been saying it way too long for it not to mean something immediately as soon as I pull it up.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we'll dig into that later.
Yeah. But AI has been making waves in the news, man. It's been making waves in the news, and it's ruffling some feathers, and it's got some people excited, you know, just depending on, I guess, what side of the fence you on. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, let me say this. First and foremost, you know, we're investment heavy.
Mm-hmm.
What I did last week or the week before, I dove deep to try to find some AI stocks to buy.
Yeah.
And I bought some, and that's the only thing that's been making me money over the last 2 weeks. Everything's going down.
Yeah.
But if you can find a good stock in AI, that might be your only money maker right about now, the way this market's going. Right.
So now, but continue to grow too. And I got some cryptos I had to slide you offline also, man.
Oh, yeah?
That I kind of found out about recently. It's been doing pretty good.
So outside of this madness that's happening and about to happen, I do see the benefit on the financial side. So if you haven't started investing in AI, I think AI is an industry that you want to get into over into the next 5 years plus. And that might be your money maker.
Yeah, but that ain't financial advice though.
Yeah. That ain't financial advice. Just pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Because you don't come for us if you lose your money.
Right.
But with that said, AI is a scary thing, man. It is a scary thing. We've seen the voice mimics. We've seen what you're able to do as far as doing mock-ups and pretty much making anything that you want to put code in to create something, you can create it with AI. I mean, isn't that a little off-putting? We talked about how technology kind of, you know, with the Amazon Fresh stores and paying stuff with your palm, it's almost on that level for me, like sorcery type stuff. Like, yo, this is, I don't know if I want any parts of it. Beyond taking jobs, the mimicking of the voices, man, and being able to, like, somebody could get little nuances from your voice and talk to your kids through these apps and stuff like that. That's scary.
Yeah.
My dad told me to do X, Y, and Z.
Your voice in order to do that. They got enough of all of our voices online at some point to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like 7 seconds is all they need, you know, and from there.
That
all
is
of y'all done
crazy.
said something for 7 seconds online somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. And they could be on the phone. These ain't no telling.
hey,
Hear
we're
your
a bill
phone
collector.
conversation.
We're calling you about this. You know, your credit card declined. You know, you sure you want one? Well, you don't remember that transaction? With Visa, just say something basic. You know what I'm saying? And
Or
if they
have your
get
wife call you and with your white voice say, hey, can you give me a XYZ card number?
no. I'm saying they can do that if they can just get a conversation with you going for more than 7 seconds of dialogue on your end.
Yeah, no.
Before you
Yeah,
hang up on them, they got your voice. Now I reach out to your wife with your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so they can just prank call people randomly and keep you on the line long enough to get your voice and then use it against
that
your
is
family.
wild. That is wild. That's the scary part of it. Beyond the stealing jobs and limiting our human capabilities as far as like what we're going to be doing that's going to be replaced. That piece, I'm a little leery about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But even on the other end of saying, hold on. You know what I mean? How AI generation, like you can almost generate almost anything now.
Yeah.
What it seemed like, and this is early stages. The scary part of it is it's early stages. It hasn't even matured yet.
Yeah. It's toddlers at this point in time. We thought this, where we're at now, I thought we were 20 years from that. Like we not right now is scary. So I can imagine 20 years from now what it's going to be. Luckily for me, I'll be in retirement age by then. But you know, for some of the other y'all, I don't know. Like it's going to be a world where I always make the conversation that I don't know what y'all going to do as far as employees and people needing jobs 20 years from now. Like the next generation, they in trouble. They're going to all have to be entrepreneurs. But that's coming sooner than expected also. Like if you in middle school right now, you might be in trouble. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video of this new way to tow cars and this little flatbed thing comes underneath your car, picks your car up and then just whisk it away. Just, you ain't got no car no more? You ain't seen that?
nah.
Tow truck industry done. We got the automatic vehicles already. So you know what's happening? I think Amazon's actually working on this, the self-driving, self-delivering trucks.
Yeah.
Truck drivers about to lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's my pop's industry. I'm gonna have to be able to hold him down soon. Yeah, you know, he's a truck driver, man. So I don't know what he's gonna do when them self-driving trucks hit.
Got these self-driving delivery trucks. What else? What else is out there? You know what I'm saying? Like anything that we do as humans is going to be replaced by some other kind of function.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of our friend Demo, he sent me something this past week. I think Google's got a music program or something like that where you just say to it, "Hey, I want a beat with bongos and guitars and this in it," and 5 seconds later, boom, there it goes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I've heard about that.
Yeah, so all artistic forms is in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like painters, everybody, musicians.
I don't need an artist to create art anymore. I have AI that can create any type of art, whether it's like you talking about painting, animations,
voices,
music,
all of that.
Oh, I want to do a cartoon, and I want to have. I don't gotta hire nobody for. That's your gig.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't need voice work no more. Hey, Mr. Jared, we replace you with AI.
Yeah. I'm feeling it, and this is the interesting thing about it, right? Because I am in the voice industry, I know that there are no laws that your voice is not an asset. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something that you can have some type of copyright or claim over. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, the way it is, if somebody wanted to get AI to write them a song and then give those lyrics to AI Taylor Swift and then put out an album featuring AI Taylor Swift and AI Kanye, they can put out that album and those artists have no rights over their voice. They technically
No rights, yeah. Because that's crazy. Because think about artists who sound like other artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
When what's his name,
Biggie
Gorilla Black came out, Biggie and Shine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say, "Hey, you sound just like Biggie." You can't come out as an artist.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what AI is.
Yeah.
It's not the artist. It's just something that sounds like that artist.
Yeah. So they haven't created no laws to protect people from that at this point in time. So, and
you create a character, and they're like, "Oh, we like that character. Let me dial that up real quick. Copy Jared's voice that he did for this character, and you hear the character that you came up with all over the world.
Yeah, I'm booted from the project.
That's my character.
Yeah." They do one season with me and then I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Your service are no longer needed here.
Yeah.
We got enough of your voice for season 2.
Right. And even if laws catch up, they're not going to protect my make-believe voices. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to protect my real voice more than likely. So it's a giant effect on a lot of things, man. And that's just the legal side of it. We not even talking about the illegal stuff that they can do with it. You know what I'm saying? As far as
the illegal and the immoral.
Immoral. Yeah, immoral. In this cancel culture we live today, all somebody got to do is make AI, whoever, say something they shouldn't say. And nobody bothers to follow up to see if it's real or not. Everybody will just cancel them, you know? Like, and then he'll come out and be like, "Hey, that was AI. Why'd you cancel me, guys?" And nobody's going to care. What? They'll just abide by the counsel. Like,
on the flip side of that, plausible deniability. I didn't say that. Somebody AI generated me. I didn't say that. I know that wasn't me. I heard you. Nah, babe, that wasn't me. Somebody AI.
You thinking like a scumbag right now, man. I ain't even trying to do all that yet. I ain't thinking how this famous.
Babe, that you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. I was over it. No. Somebody AI generated that.
Yeah. That ain't me on the phone with her. I ain't never talked to that girl in my life. I don't know what you talking about. Me in a video with a woman? That's AI. That ain't me in no video. I was here with you, baby.
Ain't nobody got me on tape.
Yeah. Yeah, all that.
You gotta look at the bright side of things, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Use technology to your advantage.
Yeah, it's the bright side to somebody scumbagging you with it. Then you gonna be like, she gonna be like, "Nah, it wasn't you." Like, man, what? I know what you look like. Man, this conversation's going left. But
but it's real though. It's real though.
It's for real. It's for real. All that is to come.
You gotta be.
Yeah, you gonna have to find a way to.
You won't know what to trust anymore.
Nah, you won't. And I hear some of these AI people look pretty real. Like, my wife sent me some girl that like did some AI version of herself, and she got like 100,000 dudes subscribed to her little fake AI page, and she like dating them all. They all pay her like $10 a month or something. She like a millionaire now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? Like, I've seen it happen, come up on my TikTok. Whenever I do the TikTok live, somebody will come in, are you real? Are you AI? Like, no, yeah. But I've seen it multiple times. Never really dawned on me until you just said that. Like, yo, like, I've seen that come into my live, and people ask me if I'm AI or not.
Yeah, that's why we at that stage.
Like, why are you already asking that? Like, we are really there.
Yeah, we there. We there. When I was having the conversation with Demo, he was like, I really have a hard time telling the difference between the AI and the real people. So he even said that, and that's somebody, you know, we know as a reasonable person, like our age. So
I sent you a video of his car crashing, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And different speeds. The first time I started seeing these car videos of them doing it, right? This wasn't the first one I seen, the one I sent to you. But at first I'm like, yo, like how they keep getting the same car and keep crashing the same car at different speeds?
You fell for it.
They got the same car. I fell for it at first. Until I started seeing like, hold on, no, that ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that got me though. And this is just the infancy stage of it. The fact that this stuff is like really looking real.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
got
AI
me up
generated.
into about 80 miles an hour on that video you sent me. Around 80, I was
did
like,
it?
yeah, I was
It got
like,
you
that's
too?
fake, man. I was like, okay. Yeah,
I
I'm
thought you
thinking the
picked up
same
on it
thing.
right away.
No, I was like, I thought the same exact thought. I was like, why they get the exact same version, color, the same car, and they keep crashing? And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, but then it hit me. This is AI. Like, okay. I don't know. And
We're gonna get to the point in the next 5 years. We're not gonna know the difference between reality and virtual reality, I guess. Artificial reality. And I can see in our lifetime, we already talked about the metaverse and all these things, and even the metaverse of where how things are, you can tell it's artificial. You can tell it's not real. But as they start really crafting these things, we're really going to create two different realities, an alternate reality where we're not going to be able to tell the difference, or we're going to be to the point where people are going to be so stuck into this artificial life that now this becomes your real life.
Yeah.
Why deal with actual life when I'm just going to deal over here? I can make my money in this artificial reality.
Yeah.
I can become popular. I can become the person I always wanted to be.
Yeah.
I can create this. I want to be able to sing. I can turn my voice into it. We already did auto-tune. Now it's going to be auto-tune on whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I can create whatever reality for myself and whatever reality I want for my environment. And why am I ever going to step outside of it? I mean, we've seen this in science fiction movies before and in books where, they put the goggles on or they put the little thing on their head and they strap themselves to a chair, Matrix or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we live in this alternate society.
Yeah.
In an unconscious state. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be to the point where we're just going to be like, I'm going home to my other life.
Yeah.
Living a whole lifestyle. Got the person we want, how we want them to look, and how we want a house to look. And we're just going to go into this mind state of, this is my world. I'm going to jump out every now and then, go eat something, but then I'm going to go back to my virtual reality.
Yeah. That's crazy. If you'd have asked, I'm not even going to go that far back. I was going to say if you'd have asked a young version of us, but even if you asked a recent version of us, probably, you would originally think that stuff is for like little nerdy dudes that just can't, enjoy their real life. So they go do stuff like that instead of participating in the real world. But you look at like a situation where I said that girl got 100,000 people that subscribe to her AI stuff and just paying her. That's a lot of dudes that can't get a woman, but now they have her as a girlfriend. So you think how this is going to affect women already who getting guys counseled left and right and they acting above getting a regular dude? Like, these guys is going to run out and go get all these AI women, and y'all thought y'all was lonely before. Y'all about to be extra lonely now.
Yeah, I can get this AI female that's tailored exactly to how I want her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to say this though. Like I can see it happening, right? And this might be going into my confession moment. Not too much though, of course. But dealing with TikTok though, right? Mm-hmm. And building some sort of fandom in TikTok and just seeing the behavior of individuals and then going on other people's TikTok and seeing the behavior. People are willing to, you know what I'm saying, not know who you are and ever be with you, around you or whatever, but the idea of you on a screen or whatever is real. It becomes real to them. Like, and not saying that these are people who couldn't go out and have conversations with people, but it's becoming a norm now. So it's not just the nerds or the people who can't get a female or can't get a guy or whatever. It's just becoming
the
normal lifestyle. Yeah, it's just becoming normal.
So it's not years ago. It was the nerds. Was just the nerds. Saying, but it's bigger than that now. To get 100,000 people, that's just not nerds anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not
regular people in the mix.
Regular people. Yeah, who have no problem socializing, but it's just that's easier. This is comfortable. This is whatever. Like, I'm the idea of it is becoming more and more. Even back when say go back into the 90s, right? And say you met somebody online. That was kind of taboo to say, hey, I met my wife online.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
you met
taboo.
this chick online? Now that's the normal way. Like, more people, I would say probably more people meet their mate online than they meet them in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it was taboo 10 years ago, truth be told. Even though it was growing out of being taboo, it still was taboo. If you went to 2000, now, okay, let's go further. Maybe 15 years ago, 2008, 2009.
Yeah,
it still would have been taboo. Yeah.
But sometime after that, I would say that's becoming more of the norm of people probably meet their mate online more so than they meet them in real life. And then COVID didn't make it any better when we had a disconnection of, human interaction.
Yeah. You know what I think really set it off? If I have to point the finger at what made it less taboo, it would have to be it's apps. It'd have to be apps, phone apps.
Okay.
As the phone apps begin to become a bigger thing and our phone became a bigger part of my life, people started having these apps where they could communicate with one another. Social media.
Right on the spot, wherever I'm at. So it just becomes tailored into my life. Before it was a little weird.
You had to go sit at your
Maybe I would say a little weird. You gotta go sit at your computer and then you're having this little computer online. I can't wait to get off work to get on my computer and whatever. And I'm gonna, what was it? What was that movie? The You Got Mail or whatever, something like that. Was it Sleepless in Seattle or something like that? It was like the back and forth, like you fell in love with through AOL Messenger or whatever.
I think it was You Got Mail. I think
You Got Mail or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, even think back when we was high school and college. Remember the
Yahoo Messenger?
the chat room, the Yahoo Messenger and stuff like that.
Yeah, it used to be lit.
It used to be lit, didn't it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you met somebody on there, I don't think too many people would admit, I met this chick through Yahoo. Black Planet. Yeah. That was still a little, but now, like you said, now it's just so woven into your everyday life that I pick up my phone, I'm on this app, it's Instagram, it's Snapchat, it's TikTok, it's whatever. And then you're becoming more and more comfortable as they're getting embedded in just your regular lifestyle that, hey, look, it's just the norm. It's not this weirdo in the dark on the computer, you know what I'm saying, and potentially getting catfished. Now, if you get catfished in 2023, that's on you.
Yeah, with video calls and all these other things.
Unless you're being AI catfished, then that's the
yeah.
now we're on another level of catfish.
That's different.
Because now this AI can probably FaceTime you.
Yeah.
Before you get you catfish, like, hey, this person they won't never video chat me. What's up? Catfish. Yeah. Now your AI can catfish you.
Whoo, that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
What a wild world we live in, man. I'm strap on your seatbelts, man, because ain't no telling where this world is about to go in the next 5 to 10 years, man. It's gonna be wild.
You know, that's the one blessing I'll say is that I'm nice and settled into my life prior to all this wildness. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
like we can kind of sit back
bird's eye view,
see it going on.
Yeah.
But not have to be. I'm more so concerned for my children.
Yeah.
Than myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we're settled. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 10 years when all this stuff like really, really kicks off. Hopefully I'll be retired. I ain't worried about nothing. Money coming in, good to go. I can just sit back on my porch in Tampa and whatever, watch the madness happen around me and just hope, fingers crossed, my kids will be all right.
Right. Yeah, that's how I look at it, man. Same point of view, man. I got my wife. I ain't got to be out here chasing nothing, so I ain't got to get hit by no tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just worry about my boys and hope. I can't give them the game. That's the only downside. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the game to be able to give them the game. So I don't know who gonna coach them. You know, I got to find some single friends to go give them some game on how to navigate this world.
How to navigate,
as far as
I mean, I can see myself getting caught up in, like, if they start developing the travel AI and I can travel across the world and feel like I'm really experiencing Monaco or something like that. They might get me. They might get me.
Oh, they'll get me there too.
They might get me.
There's a lot of virtual, some of the virtual Bali. Gaming and stuff like that. Traveling, if they had certain games, like us as older men, if we could like get some of that physicality out, like through playing sports virtually, and I really have to put my real knees on the line, I might well go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I can get back in the ring and I can fight again.
Yeah.
Oh, matter of fact, speaking of, my brother had the Oculus joints where it was a Creed. I think it was a Creed fight. Yeah. Creed game. You put the joints on, you put the little things on your hand, and you can.
Yeah.
I felt live again. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I felt alive.
Sparked something in you for a second, didn't it?
I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, I'm fighting again. You know what I'm saying? The joint felt like, and it's crazy because like the graphics aren't the greatest.
Yeah.
But you can see where it can like really improve. But like you really felt like you was in there. You turn your head, you see all the stuff around you, and it's like you got this 360 life that you're living in with the Oculus joints. And you sit up there, you fighting, and you feel like you really in there. I felt like I was back in the ring again, man. So I felt alive.
That's what I'm saying. So thinking another 15 years where that's gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna be dope, man. Everybody get a chance to get in the ring. And if somebody ever had that urge to go do it, but didn't have the heart to really get out there and give it a try, those people get to give it a try. You know what I'm saying?
Because I would love to fight again, but I hate the thought of getting hit.
Yeah. At least now it'll be a virtual hit. And your avatar get dropped, not you if you take the wrong shot.
Them hits hurt. Man, I asked Destiny, I asked my daughter, it was a couple of days ago. We was at the gym watching Desmond play, and we were talking about knees because this one girl, she did this little move. They was playing off to the side, and I was like, when she get older, she ain't gonna be able to do that no more because them knees gonna be gone. Yeah. And then Destiny looked at me, she laughed at me. And I was like, she's like, what you talking about? And I was like, Destiny, we got different knees. Your knees and my knees ain't the same. We were sitting on like the third top bleacher. I said, if I asked you to jump from this bleacher down to the floor, you do it without hesitation, right? She's like, yeah. I was like, if I did it from the first one and you told me to jump, I would look at you like you was crazy.
You don't understand the sting factor. The sting, it's a sting that hits them knees when they hit wrong. Like
nah, I wouldn't do it. I'm not even jumping down from the first one.
I got the staircase in my house give me problems sometimes. I be walking, I just be feeling the tension when I be going up. I'm like, boy, I can't keep walking up and down these stairs. I need an elevator or something in this thing, man. Like, would y'all stop calling me downstairs for a second, man? Shoot.
Yeah, once I'm up, I'm up. If I'm down, I'm down. Don't call me up. If I'm down, don't call me down if I'm up. I get down there when I'm good and ready. Boy, I remember the days of running downstairs. That ain't happening no more. But yeah, where we at with these sticks, man?
So, for me,
we ready to rate them?
Let's rate them. For me, I'm going to go, this punch, golden era is quite, it's a respectable stick. Quite the golden era, I'm sure. This is what I'll say about it. It's not my preferred strength necessarily in a cigar. I have, as you can see, I am just now entering the final third. And I feel like it's finally leveled to where I would want it to be at most of the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been slowly going up the roller coaster ride. And I feel like we about to hit where I wanted to go. But now we're coming to a stop. So y'all going to have to check out the after show for the review. We'll get that out. That's a new segment coming here shortly. But this stick right here, smooth. One of the smoothest sticks I probably ever had. When I say it's not my preferred strength, it's because it's probably more in that mild range. And I do like medium, and I'll even go more of a stronger than medium sometimes, but I'm not a huge mild guy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my sticks and stuff like that. This stick, morning stick with a cup of coffee, this is it. You get it with your cup of joe, morning stick, you go out and cut your grass, walk around, stretch, take in the sun, walk the dog with this, whatever you want to do. This is the one for it. Like, it had, like I said, some earthiness. It had some nuttiness to it. Really creamy smoke. Some of that creaminess has subsided where I wanted it to be going into this third, but it's still ultra smooth. I'm starting to pick up on some woody notes, a little bit of more cocoa on it. It feels like it's strengthened up to about a medium at this point in time within the stick. I really enjoyed it, man. I hadn't really come up with a number for it. The number that's coming to me, I'm going to give it a 4.1 on this.
Ooh, okay.
For this Punch Golden Era. I would definitely revisit it is I'd add it to my mix of morning sticks. So how we have like your Java Reds, your Java Mints as a nice morning stick. I would throw it in the mix with that as long as I remember to. It will become one of those type of sticks for me. As far as an afternoon or at the cigar lounge, it depends on your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you ain't ate nothing, you can go with this one right here and you would enjoy yourself. But for me, 4.1, good job, punch golden era. It's everything that I would want from a Connecticut stick, but it's not a Connecticut stick. It's just pushing the mind of it. So I like it. Right. I would suggest
4.1 solid. That's good. That's good. So for me, my father's Connecticut edition.
I'm sorry. I have to say, one last thing before let me cut you. This stick burned really fast. That is the downside to it. We never get into the final third on the show. I see. We in the same place. So, but I think that comes with these lighter sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Because what I wanted to say was kind of almost in line with what you were saying. I think we got a lot of similarities between our sticks. Yours might just edge mine out a little bit. We talked about the lack of flavor, the what did I call it? Rice cake of cigars.
Yeah.
This is like, you know how usually you'll pair your beverage, your drink with your cigar? This is more, I'm pairing my cigar with a drink. Like I'm having a cigar with a drink instead of a drink with my cigar, right? This is more of the other side of it. Like you said, this is not something I would probably smoke at a cigar lounge. Maybe like a morning, like I didn't eat anything. And this is a light cigar. I'm not the biggest fan of light cigars. I'm not, I need to have some kind of show. You got to put on some kind of show. Right. You got to give me something on the palate. And it did get a little bit more flavor as I got to that second third, down to the final third. But it was just more so just some earthiness. Nothing else. So one flavor job, a little bit of bite, light smoke, real thin. I would have to pair a drink with it in order to get some kind of oomph. I think with a cigar like this, you really have to pay attention to what you're pairing it with if you're going to bring something out of this type of cigar. It's not something that's going to wow you, especially if you're a cigar enthusiast. My father's Connecticut edition is not something that's going to knock your socks off. Is it a bad cigar? No. Is it something I enjoyed as soon as I started smoking it? It's not something that you're smoking to say, I'm looking to really get something and get a wild ride. Off the first few puffs, I wasn't a fan of it. It's like, man, why am I smoking this? It did give me a little bit something as I got to that second, third, and final third. So it can't be an enjoyable cigar. So I'm going to give it a 3.5, not just because it's my father's, but just because I can see where it could fit. It's not a cigar that's for me, but it's not a bad cigar. It's not a cigar, like I said. It didn't give me anything that says, yuck, I don't want to smoke the cigar. But it just gave me the feeling of, I just smoked a cigar.
Yeah. Well, with this punch, right, in the beginning, mine caught me right off the bat where I said, okay. I like this. Now, where it lost me some on the ride was it lacked some of the complexity that I was hoping to get at some point. Mm-hmm. I stayed on the same ride for a long time, and it's like, ooh, now you're losing me. What won me back was we got a shift in the last third, and it shifted to a place that I would have wanted it to have been at more of the cigar. I would have wished from the beginning of the second third, yeah, all the way to here, I would have probably gave it a better score. Yeah. But the fact that I gave it a good score.
Like, so that sounds like a background cigar for me, like you mentioned, because once you get to that second third, what I'm looking for when I get to that second third, I don't know if you've ever done this. I do this myself. Like when I'm smoking a really good cigar, I'll get to that second third and I'm looking at it like, you know how you read the back of the cereal box, like, man, you look at the ingredients of whatever you're eating, like, man, this is good. Yeah. When you get to that second third and that cigar is really doing a job, and you're like, this is a good stick.
Yeah.
And you get there around the second third, that's what you look for in a cigar. You don't want to wait to that final third to finally be like, yo, this is a good cigar. Because now the cigar is about over And then that harshness is about to hit. You don't want to wait till the final third for your cigar to give you something. You want that cigar to give you something. And we know that cigars aren't always going to do the thing in the very first beginning, that first third.
Yeah.
But you wait for that second third to come and say, all right, here we go.
That's where you find out what a cigar really made
Showtime.
of. Now, by the final third, it's supposed to be, in theory, and by the way cigars is constructed, it's supposed to be popping on the final third anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But the show for the good cigars starts in the second third, where it's like popping already. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of the nub cigar. You know what I'm saying? How they just like cut all the pre-show out, all the pre-game and gets cut out. We going straight to the fourth quarter.
Straight to the show. Yeah.
I wish this stick would have done it. You know what I'm saying? And wish other sticks to do this, because especially in our format of this show, we don't always get to that final third. So you can't wait to show us all you got at the end. You know what I'm saying? In most cases.
Yeah. And especially when you got a slow burning cigar and you only got an hour.
Yeah.
You only got an hour. That cigar got to give you something in an hour. You got to give me something.
Right.
I don't want to wait to 2 hours. And the fact that our cigars are this far down in less than an hour, we're on.
Tells you something.
Hour 5. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. So 3.5 for me for my fathers. My fathers, you still have a strong place in my heart. I understood what I was getting into with the Connecticut. You know, we just had to see how my fathers did it. And, you know, it's not for me. I probably won't ever pick this stick up again. But I see what you're trying to do, my fathers. We're stepping out the realm. We got to expand. We got to do it. Let's keep it to a minimum.
Yeah.
So let's not do too much. Let's not venture too much.
There you have it. Hey, that's episode 52. Mr. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We'll get with y'all next week. We keep them sticks up no matter if they light skinned or not. We out.
Cigars up, yeah.
Yeah.